Today I'm going to show you how to make a earring jewelry display with some screen and a frame, or in this case it was a broken clock, but something like that. So just continue watching and I'll break it down for you. Today we are going to make a earring display out of this really cute, well, it was a clock, but you could use a picture frame or something else. But I just really liked this and I wanted to repurpose it because the clock didn't work anymore. And I had gotten it for something else. It was in a lot. And when I tested the clock and it didn't work, I just put it aside to see if I could find some other use for it. Well, the use that I'm going to make this into is a jewelry display. I've made them before, and I just want to show you guys how easy this can be. Now, today we are going to use screen. So you'll want some regular screen that you would get at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, some hardware store that you would use for your exterior screens outside your windows. So it's not expensive. I have a lot of it. I've made some of these before. And then today we're going to use this, but you could also use a hot glue gun. I've done that before. Anything that you can use to secure it into the back of this. And then I'm going to use some chalk just to make the outline of what I'm going to be cutting out. Now, there's a reason that I'm using the screen instead of that pretty metal grating that you've seen other people may have made, or you might have some yourself. And I do have that, but cutting it in a circle can be a little challenging. So I save that for square or rectangular frames just because it's a little safer. It's to cut this in a circle. You don't have to worry about the tin snips or the metal catching you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is trace the opening in this screen. So let me get my stuff together. Okay, I just laid this flat on top of the screen, and I'm going to trace it. Now, in this case, I'm going to cut it wide because, as you can see, it has a lip. This will make it really simple for you to glue it in. If it didn't have this, then you could just put it on the outside of it, maybe staple it in. There's options. So I'm using chalk because it wipes off easily, and then I will be able to have this very nice, like sized circle that I don't have to do any crazy geometry to figure it out. I could do it that way, but I'm not going to. So now you can see that the chalk is on this, and I'm going to just cut a little bit wide so we'll have a little bit of an edge. Okay, so I cut the circle in the screen. I kind of messed up on this piece, so I got rid of that. But as you can see, you can't really see it here, but it's in there. I just sat it in there to see if it would fit right, and it does. But then I realized that I had forgotten a couple things, so I grabbed some gloves. I don't normally wear gloves if I'm using a hot glue gun. Obviously, I don't need to melt them onto me. But since I'm using this, I decided I'd go ahead and use them. And then some just craft rope. Now, you don't have to use this. I just want to put another bead of glue on the outside of this after I glue this in to try to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. And to make sure none of the edges catch on anything, which would cause the screen to just flop out. So we're going to try that. Now, I have never used this glue on this project before. I've always used hot glue, but I think that it's going to be a better fit. The hot glue can start to peel off if it gets cold or too hot. So the other thing you might want to do, and I don't, is put some paper down on whatever you're working on, just so that you don't make a huge mess. Now I am putting this directly on this because it has such a indentation that I can get away with doing that. Other projects you might not be able to get away with that, so you might have to put it on the screen itself and then press the screen in. So I'm just putting a nice bead along there. Make sure I get it everywhere. And then just slide this right on in and press down. Now you might want to use a Q-tip or something else to actually press this in. I have gloves on that I'm going to throw away anyway, so I was not that worried about it. And then I'm going to let this dry for a little bit. And once it is dry and sets up, I will add the twine on top. Let's see how easy that was. Did not take much. Very easy project. You can really customize this with whatever you want to use. And then give it as a gift or just use it to organize your own space. So I will be right back to show you how to finish up. Okay, so I have let that set up a little bit, and now I am going to apply the rope. Now, because this has this cute little bird sitting here, obviously I don't want to put it straight down, so I'm just going to put it on my lap just so that I can, keep that bird from being squished. So, same thing that I did before. I'm just going to put a bead of glue around, and then I'm just going to put this down just to kind of give it a little bit more of something to keep inside of that ledge that it's sitting on. I usually use too much glue, but I figure I don't want anything to start moving around or fall out. And I'm just going to go around. Again, you don't have to use this. It's really not necessary, but I do believe that it secures the screen a little bit better because it's going to sit down there as well as hopefully push it up against the edge of the frame. Then just cut that at the edge. And these scissors are not as sharp as they should be, so perhaps I need to get a little bit sharper hair. This is like for paper. I didn't grab my fabric scissors, so I will go grab those, but you can see what it'll look like on the back, and I will be right back with the finished product. Okay, so we're all done. I have gotten all of that glued in here, as you can see. I just finished it up. The rope was unraveling a little bit, so I added some glue to the end just to keep it from fraying. And then I just added a couple of these little beaded earrings that I have. I'll hold those up for you. These are some vintage, cute little faceted beaded earrings. I just thought they were fun to give you an idea of what it'll look like. You can put multiple earrings in here. You can use other things. You can put a little hook. I make hooks out of wire or paper clips, and you can hang other things on it. Just make a little hook like this shape, the little fish hook shape, and then you can hang other things on there as well, depending on the size of the frame. So this I just thought was really cute. It says friends on the bottom and got the little bird, and it's just I just thought it was adorable. And so I didn't want to throw it away, but I did want to give you guys a couple pointers on things you can do. First is you can use other things besides screen. I touched on that a little bit with the metal grating that you can get at Home Depot. That's a little expensive though. So, and you need tin snips for that. You can also use lace. You can put lace across and just staple it You don't have to use glue. You can use a hot glue gun if you don't have this glue. This is kind of smelly, but it is flexible and paintable, I believe. So that's an option. You can use tacks, just something that's going to secure it in there. And that's pretty much it. Have fun with it. The other nice thing, it's one of the reasons I like this, is that no matter what color your wall is, you're still going to see the color of the wall behind it. So you don't have to worry so much what the color scheme is on your frame. As long as it kind of goes with the wall, you'll still have the color of whatever behind it. Now this is a freestanding, it can stand up. So I can put this on anywhere I want. So I like this one. But I hope you guys enjoyed that and learned a few things. This is such an easy project, and I just think it's fun to give something like this with a set of earrings so that if you're giving this to a friend or a family member, they can actually display it and actually see it, because sometimes we give somebody a gift and they stick it in their jewelry box or they stick it in their closet, and then it gets buried and they never wear it. They don't remember that you thought about them, that you gave them this thing. So then they can stick it on the wall and actually see it, and maybe not lose it, which is what I'm notorious for. So thank you again for watching, and like and share my page. I'll have more crafts up in the coming weeks. We'll be doing a lot of stuff for the fall and for Thanksgiving and all sorts of fun things. And thanks.